Oud and Nieuw, the fireworks.
Oh my gosh.
Dutch people have a tendency to like lay low or take it easy the rest of the year, but when we go loose, we go loose. It's like the whole country goes nuts.
I would suggest if you're here and you can be inside, then stay inside.
Oud and Nieuw, which is the old and new year, they celebrate by letting off unbelievable amounts of very noisy fireworks. But it is completely and utterly uncontrolled, so the city just explodes.
I like the bombs because I believe in the old Germanic tradition of scaring away the bad with loud sound, really.
New Year's Eve, Oud and Nieuw, as they call it here, is for me one of the most spectacular nights of the year, anywhere that I've been. I live on the 5th floor of an apartment on the corner of two canals, which gives me a brilliant view over the whole city of Amsterdam. On every New Year's Eve, I'm treated to the most beautiful fireworks display over the whole city. Thousands and thousands of random fireworks being fired into the sky and elsewhere by thousands and thousands of random people all over the city, and it's really a sight to behold.
Oud and Nieuw is something to be experienced here. I often spend it on my roof because I have a panoramic 360-degree view of the fireworks all over the place, but it's like a war zone. And by the time all that smoke starts billowing up to the roof, I mean, I've had years where I'm sitting up there like choking.
You couldn't open your windows because your whole house would just be full of smoke. And if you're walking outside, it can be very scary.
They scare you, yeah, sure, but it's also exhilarating. It's like, it's a rush you get.
Oud and Nieuw. It's more like getting really drunk and then play with fireworks, which is always a good idea.
No idea where it came from. It started well before I was born. I've always known it as that at 12 o'clock everybody has a glass of champagne, kisses the neighbors and then goes blows up the world.
Ik weet niet met andere steden, wat is daarin het verschil dan?
Oh, in many cities it would be that somebody puts the fireworks in the sky instead of we shoot them at each other.
Where I come from, they have normally like a big firework in the sky, huge, organized by the city hall or something like that. And here it's mostly individual people. They buy all these little things that they snuggle from Belgium because there it's cheaper or more legal, I have no idea. And then they just, it's just like a fire, like we are in a war. It's quite amazing.
It really sounded like a war zone. It looked like a war zone.
Oh yeah, I don't like that. I have to say, I find it nerve-wracking, you know, because basically the fireworks are everywhere. Yeah, I suppose if you've grown up with it, you know, and it can be thrilling. I don't know, it just brings out like a primal sort of survival fear in me, you know.
I don't like crowds.
You don't like crowds?
Crowds, I try to avoid, also because of the drunk people. It's kind of dangerous. There's glass everywhere, and the fireworks can also be dangerous.
That people have a tendency to throw it at you, and it's not even. I don't feel it's like a happy atmosphere. It's like kind of like aggressive, or because you hear a lot of stories about the fireworks getting stuffed into animals.
I remember in the beginning years, some kids a few weeks or whatever before Oud and Nieuw, like shooting off firecrackers at me, you know, and you know, them whizzing past me, and me being at that time much more volatile than I am now, just like running after them like a crazy woman, like, how dare you, you know.
I remember walking to a New Year's Eve party once, and somebody had their windows open, and two kids just threw a load of firecrackers into somebody's house. It's like it's one day where people just lose all their respect for other people and just are out to hurt people.
I was spending one of my first New Year's in Amsterdam in a dormitory in Oudenstede, and there were some guys playing with fireworks on the ground, and I was at the last floor, the 13th floor at that night. But what happened was like one of the fireworks just went into somebody's balcony. It put the whole balcony into fire, and in about 40 minutes there was nothing left of the apartment of the student who wasn't there. So I felt like, what would it feel for someone who came back from their holiday or a night out in the city and found out that they don't have their room with anything they valued in there.
But there are always a few of these people who like to put fireworks in the garbage cans and do a little bit more risky. I used to think it was a bit like Baghdad on a bad day, but I actually kind of like that. I like the random. I like the kind of edginess, the danger of it. It's a wild night. I usually stay home for it though.
Maar je wordt niet bang voor?
Van straat, nee. Nou, ja, wel voorzichtig. Als ik het gebeurt natuurlijk wel dat je aan de ene kant van de stad moet zijn en dat je op de fiets naar de andere kant van de stad gaat. En als dat inderdaad zo rond ergens tussen 11:30 en 12:30 is, dan heb ik wel een bril bij me. Dat is eigenlijk wat ik doe. Maar dat betekent niet dat ik niet ga fietsen. Dat betekent gewoon dat ik enige terechte angst heb en mijn ogen bescherm.
I don't like fireworks. It's a lot of money that it's going into the air. You have people without money, and then you're just like exploding a lot of thousands of euros in the air. That's bullshit. That's just bullshit. But it's also, fireworks is the same like a Chanel bag for 1,500 euros or whatever. It's the same. Why you need it?
Well, it's difficult to regulate if you don't make it completely illegal, which would be like pooping on the party.
Dat would be truttig.
That would be truttig. Very truttig.
Okay.
We need fireworks. We're used to it.
Do you ever set off fireworks yourself?
No, I don't, because I'm too scared.